Few things are as powerful as love. Poison is yet powerful. Love.
Shot for goal, shot for goal, shot for goal, shot for goal! Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you might be tuning in from. Thank you for joining us here on Shot for Goal, the weekly program bringing you all the news, what's happening in the world of Ultimate. I'm your host, Stef Pazzo, alongside my co-host, always, Noah Brinkworth. How you doing, Noah? We're going to keep working on that one, but
I'm doing very good. I'm doing brilliant, mate. Yeah, it's a lovely day in Brighton today. The sun is out. It's not too windy, not raining at all. Pretty much the only thing you could ask for is a little bit of heat. But I hear they have a fair deal of that in Hawaii.
They do got some heat in Hawaii. We're excited to get there, and today we will have a little bit of a sniff into the team list at Kaimana and talk a bit more about it. Of course, ULTI.TV will be bringing you that action live, so make sure you're tuned in. But we're going to spend the first half of the show, talking about what went down in Amsterdam last weekend, and then we've got an announcement about the Bling invite. But before we get there, I had a crazy kind of week last week. A couple of very random situations that happened to line up kind of well for me, but idiotically, I got stuck into a phishing scam. Clicked a button I shouldn't, gave some info I shouldn't. Felt really dumb about it. I had to go to the cops, had to go to the bank. In the end, everything came back, but I just had this ongoing paranoia. I was like, how did they, there was, my banker kept saying, there must be, are you sure it's nobody in your entourage, your crew, somebody around you? Are you careful with your garbage and stuff? And I was like, careful with my garbage? Jesus Christ. No, I'm not, I guess. And so it's how do businesses deal with this? And it's, take care of a shredder. And I was like, I'm not going to buy a shredder for like my new bank statements that come in. At the same time, Noah, I have recently, at Christmas time, I had this urge to make a lasagna, and I wanted to make it from scratch. And so I bought myself a pasta maker, and all things together, I've realized that this pasta maker turns itself into a beautiful paper
Oh my
shredder.
god.
And I have taken care of all of my statements from here on out. So my pasta maker is now living on the counter instead of being packed away. And that means I'm making a bit more pasta too. I got to make sure I'm keeping it clean. But the paper's actually quite good for it. Doesn't run any dust or dirt through it. So a little
Very
bit
nice.
strange, but I thought quirky enough to share with our wonderful viewers before we get going. But now we are going.
So our loyal viewers hanging outside your bin, Stef, looking for your bank statements.
Yeah, I gotta glue those together, man. I'm still one up on you, man. I know what you're doing. You can't share your secrets online.
Go away. I try Benji Reese's bins next, I reckon.
Yeah. Get to Benji's place. No, EUIC. It was awesome. I mean, straight out the gates, that's my first impression. Like, every time I watch indoors, I'm like, this is the best format. And I don't actually know if I agree with that, because then I'll watch a big outdoor tournament, and I'll be like, oh, yeah, no, outdoor is the best. And I'll watch a beach tournament, and beach is the best. But, God, it presents well. I thought the stream was great. I thought the presentation was really good. I thought the new graphic overlays were done well. Stats integration. So from a broadcast point of view, great. But mostly from a competition point of view, it was so many close games, tight finals, a little bit of unexpectedness. But yeah, I mean, I watched the finals. I saw, the socials coming in. I didn't watch all the pool play. I went back and watched bit by bit, and some certain games that stood out. I made sure I got myself into, but I enjoyed it. How much did you get to take in?
I watched a fair bit. I mean, I was playing some indoors this weekend as well, but I would definitely reiterate what you said, Steph. Like, it is a whole bunch of mismatch of teams, and like anyone can win. I love watching indoors, like the pace between points. I'm always kind of annoyed by that a little bit outdoors, just wanting people to get to the line. And when I'm coaching, I want to take as long as possible on the line. But when I'm watching, I want them to hurry up and play. But also, I think indoors are so cool because, I mean, you get to see so many of these nations that, like, we're not really used to seeing at the top competing. Sometimes you come to these nationals competitions, and you kind of know by the size of the nations and their ultimate pedigree who might win. Here, absolutely not. And you can see in the open division, for example, 1, 2, and 3 were seeded last, second to last, and third to last in the rankings. So that's the
in the open division.
In the open division, yeah.
Wow, that's awesome. I
It's
didn't
super
realize
cool.
that. I knew that they were lower seedings, but I did not realize that they were like literally flipped from bottom to top.
You can also see that, like, if you look at the 9 medals handed out between women's, mixed, and men's, 8 of them, there were 8 different nations represented there. Double Austria, but then we also have Estonia, GB, Finland, Germany, Slovakia, the Netherlands, and Sweden. So, I mean, obviously we're pulling from the more northern European nations. We kind of go as low as Slovakia. Didn't think we had any, Austria as well. Don't think we had any Czech teams here this time. But that's kind of the anything north of that is probably pretty likely to send a team. And many of the teams were very good.
Well, my Lithuania Gauba shirt on for the occasion. The Lithuanians had a tough time in pool play in the open division, but bounced back, won the right games. I think, Grabko, do we get some pool play clips that we've taken we might talk over as we go through this? We get some highlights, and we'll take a look at them. This is Austria, Ireland going on. But have a look at, I just am always so impressed with these bodies hitting the ground and taking these super long slides, or when the skin sticks, the screech. The high take there. going through open scores, Netherlands only won 2 games. I was shocked about that. They had a lot of hype. I hyped them up. I mean, last week with Benji, I said I like Germany and Austria, but not so much that I'll pick them to win. They did end up in the final in the open division. But just like barn burners, so many universe point games, 2-point games, 3-point games, teams taking each other, back door, front door, and the highlight factory that was, and this one blew the internet up.
Vendela Victorson, hundreds of thousand views on social media. Early front runner for Ulti World Catch of the Year, 2026. I think it ticks so many boxes, right? She's absolutely full extension. She gets nice and high off the ground. It's a tough landing. It's to win the game. I mean, what more can you ask for, really? I mean, I'm giving it my vote right now.
Yeah, I mean, unless she had like rocket boosters on and did it from 5 feet earlier, there's not much more you might have asked for. She put it all out there, and like I feel like that's all she does. Is shows up at indoor. I know she does more than that, but shows up at indoor tournaments and gives the best highlights and wins it. And that's what she did last time I saw her play. And boom, she's straight back to it, dominating. And just like the wow factor is high, and there was a lot of wow factor. Let's
Do you
talk
want
about
to
these
start in this
divisions.
women's division then with Vendela Victorson and Team Sweden taking the gold medal on this occasion over the Netherlands? I didn't catch this one, but Stef, you did. Universe point victory for the Netherlands. Talk us for Sweden. Sorry, take us through it.
Yeah, for Sweden, Netherlands had their chances. Like I think 4 turns on Universe. It was back and forth. We're gonna talk over a couple more highlights, but a absolute banger of a game. Players you expect to play up on the big stage did. Paula Bass made a huge toe drag goal score layout. Floor Collarts, 18 assists and 30 goals for Floor over the course of that the tournament. Sorry, not the final. But Floor was repping the tank top, guns out, and dominating. Justine van der Meulen had an awesome tournament as well. Did have a costly scuba turn its way over for towards the Swedes. But you go over to the Swedish side. We talked about Victorson, Vendela Victorson. But you can't look past Sara Jäklund. She is just so cool out there. She works so hard. She's like, it's just, I don't know what it is. If it's a finesse or throws indoor, she's way more aggressive of a thrower indoor than she is outdoor. But a full 5-tool player, and the final goal from Eklund to Eklund in the end, Sophia to Sarah Eklund for the final score. It was just very fitting that they punched it in that way. That Sarah Eklund, 64, both Eklund and Victorson, 64 total stats.
Yeah, I was going to say exactly the same amount of stats. It's kind of not the way round
distributed differently, but holy crap. That is impressive. I don't know. Grabko, did you say that we had a clip? Let's watch some of these clips from the final. And there's Big D in front of Kiki Eliasson.
Just making them work it underneath.
I mean, talk about assists and goals, but the most important stats you can be getting in indoor ultimate is blocks. It is so hard to get turnovers in this format. You definitely get many more goals across the game, especially playing to a cap of 17 than you get turns.
Victorson there. There's another one from Eliasson. I got to give it to Hannah and Benji. They called an awesome game. Great energy. I mean, not even just the game, tournament. I had a great time listening and agreeing with the call. There's Sara Jäklund, who, as I said, was just dominant. Paula Bass with the scoop to Van der Meulen.
Stonking, staggering catch from Collarts, because I've no idea.
Very popular in indoor ultimate to be forcing backhand Stef to make that around bladey flick more difficult. the blades are such a weapon and getting it to the break side. So, I mean, this is why the scuba's so important, because on the flick side, you've got the hammer to break the force. On the backhand, you've got to be sick at those scubas like Paula Bass is.
I mean, Ødegaard couldn't have placed that any
Victorson,
better.
like,
If you
just
watch
doing it all,
that
like,
line of the
you
end
think
zone,
maybe,
it's
okay, maybe she's just
12-0.
laying out and doing the spectacular, but she's not a imposing height about her, but still gets up, taking skies, taking scalps, taking championships.
It was all about
Should be taking a
and-
super team spot next time that comes around, I think.
Well, you gotta wonder. You gotta wonder. I mean, if there's a super team indoor, there's no two ways about it.
True that.
There's Sophia Eklund.
Call up
Putting
A+ Ultimate in the women's division, huh?
She was
A+
astonished she made that
Ultimate.
catch.
Did they
Have you
play?
heard of
Was that
this?
this weekend too?
It's in 2 days.
In 2 days. All right. Well, we'll talk about that next week.
I'm
if,
so excited to talk
if it's
about that next
talk
week.
worthy. You'll be there.
No. I may actually go to watch on
All
Sunday.
right.
Lives for the
Check
big
out
moment.
Kins and Mammon. There's the Paula Bass layout. That was, I mean, a bunch of huge clips. That one of them. But even that, probably the third or fourth biggest clip with the Victorson layout, and maybe we'll get to in the open division one more that was incredible.
Bringing up the rear in the standings here was Austria. They were pretty good when they played the last Europeans. The catch-up Graz and Sophie Felgic. I don't know if you remember her from the last indoor championships.
yeah.
And she's pretty. She kicks ass outdoors as well on the grass, but she was the stats leader for the Austrians.
Yeah, and then, rounding it out, it was Austria beating Ireland for the bronze, then Latvia, Belgium, Slovakia, Poland, GB, and Ukraine had to settle for the wooden spoon. But an awesome tournament. This game, back and forth, Van de Molen. You saw Aurora Lashnik jump nearly on the court there. They might have used her. As well as Lola Dam, who I saw in the crowd. That must have been tough for them to watch. When you don't campaign, it's easy to show up for a final and be in the crowd, but you're kind of like, oh man, I wish I was out there.
It's tough. I mean, a lot of athletes in the off season are just prioritizing their recovery, right? And I think it's totally fair. I was talking to a couple of players who made Clapham this year, and it's like, I really need to be a Clapham player and stop playing all those stupid indoor tournaments that get me injured every off season. Like, got to get myself in the gym. So, I mean, props to these players. Like, it really takes it out of you.
It is, it's a beatdown, the indoors, and I think this is it. We're up to Universe Point. The Dutch crowd is in it,
The heavy burden of picking up that
and
shoulders. It's gonna
there's
be
tenths. Ellison picks up here. I think this is the swing over
keeping it safe.
to Sophia Eklund, and
Again,
she
the
spots
Dutch,
sister.
all the help defense in the
No.
wall, but it can't
This is the
be.
miss.
No,
Oh.
Yeah, we still got a couple
So
turns.
close.
A bit too far.
Shardlow squeezed. Oh, but that's gonna
And
be a
that
foul for
run
the
through
Hive.
D,
It's a
accepted foul by Sophia Eklund.
Huge accepted foul. That is great.
Van der Meulen into Bas. Oh, and it's going to be a run.
And that's
Oh no.
Coulart's, Boss on the miss to Coulart's. And
There's just not much
those ones
value
hurt
in
on.
that throw as well. There's no need to take the risk there. The field position doesn't matter too much indoors.
And here we come back. Now it's Sophia Eklund. She spots sister, and bada boom, bada bing. And
Wow.
Sarah Eklund, she doesn't look that excited, does she?
Who can you count on? Family comes
No, you
I
love to
say
see it.
in
That's so
major
awesome.
jest, Sadi Eklund, two-time Tokai super teamer. And I don't know
I mean,
how
a player
many
Stef
times.
who's won so often, but how often has she got to win with Sweden, with her hometown players? That's super cool for her. And after losing the final on Universe, that video, the best 7 minutes of Indoor Ultimate, you've seen that we put out before, losing the final to Atletico until playing together as Kufum Orbo. It's really nice to get some revenge on this stage, not against the same opponents, but getting over the hump and taking the Universe victory there, Steph.
Yeah. What do you want to break down next? Noah, you want to go into mixed or open?
Let's head over to Open Division.
And I'll tell you right
topsy-turvy.
now, yeah, we'll tell you right away that we put the nice package together for the universe final. We won't have as thorough of a breakdown for the rest of these, but let's go to quarterfinal matchups. You want to start there? I'll break them down. So Slovakia,
I mean,
GB, Ireland
think-
versus
I think we've got a note on Pool B, the noted pool of death, Steph. That was a very harsh pool concocted by the European Federation for this tournament. And I mean, it did bow the eventual victors, but you can see that in this pool, the Netherlands, a team you were saying you hyped up very much so, finishes 7th in the pool. No team in this pool did worse than 2 and 4. It was the Netherlands, Denmark, and Finland on 2 and 4. GB and Latvia 3 and 3, and then Germany 4 and 2, Sweden 5 and 1. Would put Sweden in a pretty strong stead, and I think I actually, if I was on the show last week, I couldn't make it quite, but I think I would have picked Sweden. I loved how Kafum Orbro played last year round, getting the bronze medal. A couple years ago back in 2024, but they got knocked out in the quarterfinals. Let's talk about those quarterfinals stuff.
I mean, lots of parity. Pool A, a little bit different. I think biggest surprise was Slovakia, 6-0, plus 16. Even though Austria had a little bit better of a point margin, Slovakia beat Austria too. They got ahead of everyone. A lot of tight games. Beat Austria in Universe, Belgium by 2, Ireland by 2, GB on Universe, and Lithuania by 2. Netherlands had 5 Universe point games, and 4 of those were losses. So
Brutal.
again, tough. I mean, it's a lot of parity, as we've been saying. Anybody's game, any single time. But Slovakia had this mental toughness about them. They got through. They stayed strong, and they got into the brackets. And then things got exciting.
Talk about mental toughness and their game as well. I mean, I'll talk you through the first quarterfinal on the list there, Slovakia, GB. This is one I was glued to whilst at my indoor tournament, Steph. GB looked better at the start. Like, I think Slovakia weren't causing a lot of deep defensive pressure. I think the GB actually had pretty good defense throughout the tournament, but aren't as kind of squeaky clean with the disc as some of the other more main indoor nations, and also are kind of running quite flat across the lines, giving everyone pretty much the same game time. They used that defensive pressure to get a 9-5 lead in that game, pushed that forward to 11-8 lead with just a couple minutes on the clock. But a bit of a collapse from GB, a kind of difficult end zone drop, which would have put them 4 up at 12-8, leads to a mammoth point, leads to this massive Slovakia comeback. And they finish out the game from 11-8 down to win 13-12. A little bit of controversy with the call there. It's really hard to see on the stream really what happened. But, I mean, in the end, Slovakia get through. And it's not the only upset in this stage. I think if you look all the way down the bottom, Steph, Lithuania-Sweden is one I wouldn't expect to go that way. Sweden, after, getting top of Pool B, the pool of death, run into the Lithuanians in a low-scoring affair. 13-11 is pretty low for this format, get beat out by the Lithuanians, and Sweden only could finish 5th.
Yeah, tough one. The Lithuanians were 3 and 3, I think, through pool play, and they got hot. Modestas Gauba, 5 goals. He is that's the jersey I got on, the big number 31. But dude, when he gets going, he can take over a game. And I don't
Over
know,
100
not necessarily
total
did he take
Gauba
it over.
stats.
What's that?
Between the two Gaubas, 101 total stats.
Yeah, I mean,
it's like a perfect breakdown of Davidas assisting and Modestas catching.
Yeah, they can get going, and I mean, they are, again, like many of these nations, indoor specialists. And in this kind of format, if your offense gets hot, like, there's not much defense can do. If you can keep scoring, you can beat a team it was in better form than you a day ago or 5 minutes ago. Like, it's just about getting into your best form, and you can turn this tournament on its head. And it happened in a lot of these rounds. Austria squeaked out the win against Latvia, 16-15 on Universe. And that set up Austria-Lithuania and Germany-Slovakia. We didn't talk about Germany-Ireland, but Germany did handle them. Indoor win by 3 is kind of being handled, I say.
I would say so in the
but
quarterfinals.
The Germans, they ended up. Let's talk semifinal. Germany, Slovakia. Is this where the greatest came from?
I'm not sure.
Molnar greatest.
It wasn't in the GB game because the angle's different. It probably is this game, the Slovakia.
No, it
Germany
wasn't.
game.
It was the bronze medal game. It was the Slovakia
bronze medal.
Lithuania bronze medal game.
Sick.
And if you have not seen that, go back. I think that clip has gone the most viral with millions of views right now. But Germany, Bonfiglio, who? Antonio Bonfiglio, their top scorer on the
Indoor
championship
goats.
team, on a team with Muller, Doscher, Hogan, Schall, people who have been in the running for World Games, Antonio Bonfiglio is an indoor specialist. And when you think of that, like, okay, this guy doesn't play much outdoor. He just shows up indoor. He must just catch goals. No, he is throwing goals. 41 assists and 8 goals scored.
The meanest
and he's
scuba at the championships. He's so good at that throw.
Big reason why the Germans got away with the win. For the championship, spoiler alert, we just went right through the bracket, but nice win over Slovakia. Now that's Slovakia's first and only loss of the tournament to give them their bronze. Austria, took advantage of Lithuania after they got through Sweden. Austrians looked good as well. Spalholz and Dunsarn were the guys I thought were the biggest contributors. But again, Jakob Mori, Valentin Fischer were top of stats. I didn't watch their whole tournament, but by the time I got to the final, they were looking good. They stumbled out of the gates in the final, and Germany did the opposite. Germany got hot. Yeah, Austria had a chance. They came back in at like 5-4, 4-3, something like this.
Yeah, they had disc at 5-5 to make it 6-5 Austria. But
then Germany just blew the doors off, and the German contingents are getting better and better. They're entering in every final, every Euro, every Worlds, every division, and there's just more and more players getting World Championship or Euro Championship experience. And even when you don't recognize the names now, well, you're starting to recognize more names, but even when you don't, it's like, they're still going to be good. These guys, they're balling. The Germans are getting better and better, and they got themselves a gold in the open division here.
I mean, a couple names to point out, Steph. I thought that definitely Mickael stood out as like clearly the youngest player on the team, like bright blonde hair, but just an absolute workhorse, getting free. But if you're doing all of that work, running around and getting free on the indoor pitch, it's really important to make the right decisions after. I thought he was excellent at that. Marcel Horne, kind of playing that end zone scorer role. It's really interesting how that role is. You really have that center almost playing the 5 role of just hanging out in the end zone and getting buckets. Stef and Horne played that role to a T. And shout out Yannick Rinker as well. I think he's a player who we're going to see having conversations about when Germany make the next World Games team about him being on that roster, because I think he was the strongest male matching player for the Germany U24 whole cohort of last year. Obviously bagging 40 stats at the indoor championships, and I think he didn't even play every game. So yeah, only played 7 games. So 40 stats in 7 games when Bonfiglio is only on 49. So he had massive impact for that team too.
Amazing stuff. Great shout outs, Noah. Let's move into the mixed division here. Champions defend. And, I wouldn't say they had an easy time, but they probably had, of all 3 divisions, the clearest. Now, I would say they dominated. I mean,
this was chalky, right? This division. I mean, you would have picked. I'm sure you picked GB.
I did Estonia and GB.
And it's been Estonia who's had the upper hand. Big
time went to chalk.
Yeah.
So I mean, I want to talk about Estonia and how good they are, but I guess anybody else that you'd like to give a shout out, because I think I mean, talk about GB. They did well. They made the final. They got beat by 5 in the final, but they were clearly the next best team there.
I mean,
any
they
thoughts
squeaked
on
through a few games though. Like there's that Finland. They beat Finland only by 1 earlier in the tournament, and it's probably Finland who are the surprise element of this championships in the mixed division. I mean, maybe it's because did they send a team in the women's division, Steph, this year? I mean, because Finland's have had some very strong women playing indoors, but I don't think they didn't send a women's team. So I guess not too surprising then that their mixed team is really strong when they put that together. They are 1 point off beating GB in, I think, pool play. Yeah, that was a pool play match that GB ended up winning 14-13, so just a 1 point margin. There's a little call, like a foul or nah call that went on pretty viral on Reddit there, where Josh East just gets like grabbed on one, and then as soon as he swerves past, gets a little clip of the legs on the way through. So I think the wind up Josh East strategy was definitely played into force in that game. I don't think that Estonia really needs it in the final though. They were just a bit of a class act. Like first point of the game, GB have just a nothing drop. I think honestly this is the story of these GB teams. Like they can play good enough defense, they just aren't as perfect at the offense. Like the other, like I don't think there's enough of an environment of perfection, because we play on these smaller courts in the UK that kind of demand a bit more turnovers because the spaces are just smaller. On these big courts, you just can't turn over the disc.
Yeah, the big shout outs 4, 5, 6, 8 players on Estonia with more than 20 stats. They really shared it around, but big ups. Of course, Big Milk at the top of the list, 57 total, 38 assists and 19 goals. But you know who's the surprise? Not surprise, like she's awesome. I've known she's awesome, but you think of Estonia, it's like, okay, 1, 2 is going to be Tam and Tara. Well, it's not. It's Tam and Maren Raba. 35 totals for Maren, 10 assists, 25 goals. I say it every time I see her play. She's stepping up and getting better, leaps and bounds, and was big time. Caught the winning goal from Jakob Tam on championship point, and Estonia very deserved defending champs.
Yeah, I mean, it's the different story for the GB team. Like the GB teams, and I think this is kind of across the divisions, are like trying to play a super even game of like, suddenly we think everyone and for these teams should be getting like more equal game time. I mean, you can see that bar one active player, every single GB player got at least 10 stats, and no player got more than 32 with Ryan Kappa, right? So there's like quite a contention there. Like not, I know the Open team weren't really playing O-line, D-line. I think most teams were taking kind of like A-line, B-line approach of just what, like one line goes on, one line goes off. I was impressed with
when they're balanced.
Yeah, I was impressed with Carmel Ellis in the final. I thought she was really good, just going into from strength to strength. I mean, Carmelis has stepped up into being like probably one of the premier talents of UK Ultimate. She was really great.
She's been
Robbie
great.
Haynes is awesome
I've
as well.
Loved her development from Lemmings to Deep Space and under 24s in Logroño, and now doing it here with the Union Jack on the back. And I think, yeah, one to watch, most certainly getting better quickly as and doing it at a young age now. No, we're going to take a short break here. That's about all for EUIC action.
We have some highlights of this game as well, right, Steph? Do we have some mixed division final highlights?
I'm not sure we do.
We don't. My bad.
So with that, we'll take the break, and we'll be back with news and announcements about the Bling invite, some Kaimana rosters, and maybe a bit more. I'm Stef Pazzo, and I must eat.
Sometimes commentator, sometimes food eater.
On my ultimate travels in 2023, I sampled culinary classics from all across Europe,
Oh, wow.
guided by some of your favorite ultimate players.
That's the Dutch hospitality for you right there.
I'll give you an insight into the secret spots that only the locals know of.
Are these the best schnitzels in Vienna?
Yes, of course.
Yes, of course.
Go find Stef Pazzo on YouTube. Like and subscribe and follow the European Ultimate Must Eat series.
Always on the move? You can keep up to date with ULTI.TV on all of our social media channels. Like, follow, subscribe, share us with a friend, or send us a message just to say hey. Thank you for supporting us in our mission to grow Ultimate everywhere.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen, of people of every distinction out there? Welcome back. Shot for goal. He's Noah. I'm Stef. We're talking Kaimana right now. Noah, we're excited, of course, to be streaming this. Some of us get to go over and enjoy the sun. Two divisions, the Aloha and the Mana. And we're going to just look through the teams in the Mana division, because that is the elite. That's the upper division. And, on Ultimate Central, you don't get the whole rosters. There's a lot of hidden by users, as we're all used to by now. But we can extract a little bit from this. Chicago Puri is one of the teams. We don't get much there. FBC Mana. Don't recognize any there. And then we got the defending champs, Kapuni Ohana. And they've got Mike Lunn, Nikki Priyan, and Don Colton. But I also know they've got Kayla Helton and Lev Kovalchuk and a whole bunch more. They are defending, as Lev told us last week. They're going to be good. They'll be the team to beat. Keep your eye on them. Now, as we go through the rest of these teams, so we got the Linda Lions. Now, they have got some strong Revolver Fury looking names that jump out, and Revolver and Fury ain't that bad as two separate club teams. Some might say the two best teams in the world. So with the likes of Kristen Johnson, Megan Liu, and Khalees Cardenas, and on the other side, Byron Liu, Eli Kearns, and Michael Ing, gives you an indication of what you might get there, and they're not going to be bad. We can say that much.
Infer some extra names as well, which will be pretty good.
Yeah. There's going to be a couple more stars in there. Love, Huck, and Trub, a Chico, California team. You recognize any of these guys?
Jesse Bolton of old mixtape. Fame.
Yeah. Mermaid Parade. There's only one name available, Jonathan Goldsmith, and you've got Moo Moo Moi Moi. I like the name. No, I don't recognize too many.
Eli
William
Long.
Coffin.
Elijah Long was like Dark Side alarm, I think.
Yeah.
Player Pierce.
And they are Durham, North Carolina, so
pretty good,
that
yeah.
makes sense. Then you got Mischief, or Ms. Chef.
I mean, Cheryl Sue
regular-
here, who is regular Seattle BFG, but playing Mischief on this occasion. So
Okay, and then
it's a pretty big pickup for Mischief, and Mischief are just like a U.S. Nationals caliber team.
Yeah. Polar Bears, same thing, U.S. Nationals kind of thing. They've missed the mark of a couple of the most recent Nationals, but I think that they've actually won a U.S. Nationals back in the day and used to qualify more frequently. Eric Hjotnin, the Finn, who played some years with Mooncatchers on that team, so nice to see an SF California team. I know he lives and plays over there. Then we got Southern Skies, and they're coming all the way from Striamite, and they're going to be good.
Wales.
Just Cooper Joy, Jake Wilson. I mean, Jake Wilson was the best player on the beach for Australia who went to the finals didn't do that good in the finals against Germany, but he was probably Australia's top player in the finals in beach.
Scott Perry. Scott Perry.
Okay, Scott. Over the course of the whole tournament, or in the final?
Yeah, Scott Perry. Scott Perry. I'm telling you, Scott Perry is legit. He's the truth.
I know he's a Brisbaneite. I would not say a bad word about Scott Perry. I might fold on this one, but Jake Wilson was amongst the best players on that team and was the top stat getter on that team.
Perry had to play D-line. Perry had to play D-line. All my D-line is out there. Know that the stats.
If he was better, they would have put him on O. Are you saying Anson Chen doesn't know what he's doing on the bench? I can't believe you would say something like that, Noah. But Cooper
Mike
Joy,
Howden
who was
as well,
a dingo. No, Cooper Joy was a Barramundi. Gus McDonald, a Sydney Sunder player. Max Halden, who's one of my favorites of all time. I coached him on under 23s back in 2013. Ellipsis player. He's so that team's going to be good. They were second in Australia last year, and I bet you they'll have some pickups. Toothless Ducks from Mansfield. I don't know them.
Massachusetts, MA, I think. So
Yeah.
I think you're thinking like slow Boston players, Boston Slow, Boston Dig, Brute
Yeah,
Squad.
and
But I don't really see any names I've massively recognized there.
Exist is a very good team. They went to the finals at U.S. Nationals. They came away with a silver medal. Who knows if they'll have their whole roster? They've got Luisa Marie Neves, Nicole Hare, Alex Hem, Axel Contreras, Matt Weiner. They've got Ryan Drost, and they've got Marquez Brownlee.
Not a bad player, Steph. Not a bad player to have in the
You know, I wonder if you're going to see the likes of Jolie Krebs or Sadie Jezerski. Well, we will see. But if they get a couple more of those names, this is definitely another team that I could see swinging.
Look, Steph, they were the second best team in the nation in the US. Like they're going to compete with the favorites. They're going to compete with the Fury Revolver team. It's a great team. Semis at least.
Puni Ohani. I think they're the favorites. But, well, I mean, they're the defending champs. And as we know, Kaimana, since pandemic, switches division every year. So last year was open women split gender. This year's back to mixed. So they're defending champs from 2 years ago, and they won it last year in the open division with a handful of FMPs on that team. So they are definitely the favorites, the team to beat. But as you said, with some of the pedigree in the field there's definitely potential for them to be knocked off.
I mean, give me the Revolver team. Give me the Revolver Fury team right now.
You're taking them.
I'll take even bet Revolver Fury against these guys. Like
Noah putting it out
legit.
there. This kid is ready to throw the money around. Somebody give Noah odds and let him throw his money at you.
I mean, you talked to Shayla Harris. She's never once not what really wanted to win a tournament. They're gonna want to win. They're gonna want to win perhaps more than they want to party as well. I suspect. There's gonna be a lot of partying.
Shayla Harris. She's Dozer.
I apologize.
Who just featured on the Pod Practice podcast last week, the most recent guest. Worthy of a checkout. They talk stats. Her and Mikey Lunn love, not stats, just tactics. They love getting into it, paddling back and whatnot. But with that, make sure you tune in to Kaimana. And now, Noah, we have an announcement. And if you watched the Unmarked podcast, I made some mention of it with Kai Creed and Rowan McDonald, but can now officially announce that the Bling invite will go down on August 11th till April 11th till 13th in Lanzarote, hosted and TD'd by the Movie Disc team. And it is an invite where national teams have been invited and have picked up the invite for the most part. But knowing they're playing Bling, some of these national teams are saying, well, we're going to put in our best national/club team. So the Portuguese are sending Bufa, and it is a very beefed up, stacked Bufa team. similar to the one that won European Championships in Gdansk. Spain,
Not
La
Polish Bufa
Mixta.
from CFC.
Yeah, not Poland. Yeah, it is definitely Bufa when they play on the beach. It is they go back and forth. They're Ufa and Bufa. They were Bufa at CFC. Maybe they were Ufa at when they won it. But either way, we all know who we're talking about. The Pedro Vargas team. You can expect to see Malinowski, Basti Spiegel, Nira Albardiras, Olya Kochanova.
Andrew Roy, you coming?
Andrew Roy, there's a high likelihood. You're going to get Helen Terra and Jakob Tam. And then 4 or 5 Portuguese players. Maybe more than that. But they're going to be good. Spain bringing La Mixta. Their team that we know from Jequebo, they were not happy with their performance at Worlds. Marta Ortiz injury, a little bit a niggling from one of their other FMPs left them just a bit, and they still just missed out on getting through to the final. I think they were semi-finalists. Italy underperformed there, and now David Barsazzi is taking up the reins of running that team, and he said he's got about 8 or 9 of the best Italians, and I will be adding some players. Don't worry, we will be good. And so 4
Is he going to be allowed on the pitch this time?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's certainly to play offense. I'd say he's calling lines. I've heard that he's had some chats with other captains recently and has asked for guaranteed playtime before he's given commitments, which is nuts. But also after the campaign he went through, you can can't understand. And so with 4 teams, they're like, all right, that's enough to do it. We're going to put the word out. We want more teams now. And we wanted it to be national teams. But if anybody thinks that they can knock that team, that contingent off, then put a team in. Get in there. It's well-funded. It's same costs as CFC, €150 registration, €80 player fee, will be streamed. Small event, but super, super elite. I feel like there's going to be 25 of the best 50 players there, and then another 25 of the next 50 best players in the world there. It's going to be stacked with talent, and we haven't even started to talk about Bling yet. Now, Noah, you remember Bling from last year. You were at you weren't at either Paganello or Copatango last year, were you?
I wasn't, but I was tuning in. I was tuning in from Deep Dish and watching my boy Beast ball out. But
Beast was balling.
Look, we'll be honest. Like, is Beast the best ultimate player on Bling? Maybe not. Maybe the best vibes. But I thought
he was for sure the best. I mean, there's so many good vibes on Bling. But
I thought the players like Claire Trope and Boxley, the Cardenas twins, Elliot Bonnet were all fantastic. And I'm hoping some of those might be returning. Yeah,
so those are players that are returning. Unfortunately, the Beast is not going to be back this year. So they are doing
he's
Paganello
available.
again.
Other teams he's available.
Well, yeah, somebody else should pick up the Beast. Because I'm telling you, like, he is the best in the air. He may not be the best overall player, but if I'm throwing a 50-50 to anyone in the world, if I got to pick my receiver, I'm taking the Beast underneath. Anyone. Give me Holzmeier, Bonnet, whoever it is. If it's just catching one as high as possible, I do not believe there's anyone on the planet who can play ultimate, stay on the field, have throws, understand the game, who can get up like the Beast can get up.
Now, if only we could keep those 1v1 balls in the pitch, hey, Steph.
Are you talking about me throwing? I'm not going to be playing at a tournament. I play one tournament a year, and that's CFC. And albeit that this is at the same location, I have no intent in personally playing. Maybe GGMs I've now aged in. But I guess at 4 teams, it's small, but we do believe that it's going to be 6 minimum and still possibly 8. There's some teams out there. Poland said no. The Czechs said no. I'm putting it out there. Combine yourselves. I mean, you guys, the bronze medalists in mixed, Poland's top 5 in open, I believe. Like, Czechs, Slovaks, Poland, you put that contingent together, goodness gracious, you got a team out there that can make some noise. I think the reps, I mean, eventually this tournament, we believe that if we go through with it the first year, this is something that could present a World Games kind of atmosphere where you can get nations. And if we get a few more clubs this year, that's fine. But we want to eventually have nations and then maybe one or two superpower club teams that are host teams. I think this year there was talk of putting prize money up, but the money's going into support the tournament. But if it goes well and it continues, this will be a tournament that will have prize money behind it. And you just need, a couple more teams. You need somebody who's an incredible organizer, who's really good at getting a group of strong international players together. You can get a group of strong local players. Whatever you got to do, come at it. Go at this tournament. Go take your shot. Take a swing at it, Noah.
I think so, Steph. I mean, you see all these Californian teams going off west to Hawaii. What about some East Coast teams coming east to Lanzarote? I think that might be what it takes, is some international flair to beat any of these top caliber teams already on the docket.
I mean, beating Bling would be one of the biggest wins that you could muster. I don't think there is a better team than Bling. They are top to bottom. I mean, I have helped procure that team. We've recruited one by one. We look for, players' abilities first, dynamics and variety, and then of course vibes as well. You want to find vibes, but I don't know. But if you could pull that off, it would be as big as super team beating USA World Games, perhaps.
I mean, Steph. I mean, Bling's a good team, but it's no super team. I'm not sure if it's a super team. Think of the US World Games team.
I think. Imagine Bling and Super Team were playing at the same tournament. If there's actually all this talk. I mean, if there's anyone who could possibly knock off Bling, it's the Super Team. I mean, it's all logical. I mean, it's a lot. That'd be a whole lot of work to get the Super Team back up, get it going quick, and it might deter others from wanting to join. They'll be scared. They'll crap their pants. But it might just be what is going to happen, Noah. I think I'm inspired. I think we might just get the Super Team, Super Beach team, Super Team Beach. I think it's going to happen. We are. Oh my God, it's happening. There's a logo on screen and everything. It's almost like we had this planned from the beginning. And bling, 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 whatever. I helped make your team. I know your soft spots. I know the weak spots. We're going to take it down. And, all right, I may not bring the same Super Team persona. I think there's going to be a lot more humble nature about it. But I am going to bring an iteration of Super Team to the Bling invite with intentions of winning. So any of you who have ever believed that you could do something similar, you could do the same, now is your chance. I have my doubts that anyone will be putting their hands up. I think more people will think about it and then have to go change their underwear. But now's your chance to step up on the big stage. Go to the most beautiful island there is, Canary Islands, Lanzarote, and test your mettle. If you'd like to know more, email me at stefan@ULTI.TV. It is April 11th to 13th. It starts on a Saturday and ends on a Monday. It's the weekend after Paganello, so maybe there's people already in Europe for Paganello, you Americans. And hey, now that means I got to start recruiting. Or perhaps I've already started. But if you get that call, make sure you jump to it. And we've got ourselves one heck of an event, Noah. It's exciting to be able to finally announce this. And I mean, it really is two of my favorite projects colliding. And, Peter was really excited that I was like, okay, this was legitimately the conversation. Well, we need somebody who can put together an awesome team. And I was like, well, I put together the best teams. Maybe I should do this. And he's like, you would put super team together? And I was like, oh, geez, I would need this and this and this and this. And let me see. And I came back and quickly accepted. And I was like, but you know what this means, Peter? I'm going to ruin your party. And he's like, well, you can try me. And, he's obviously backs his team. But I think that you can build a team to beat any team. And that's what we are testing out now. It is an arms race to see who can pull this off. Or will one of these cohesive units be able to prove everybody wrong and show that national teams or tight-knit clubs can knock off a team full of individuals?
Let's see it. I'm just waiting for someone to build the the Spider-Man meme pointing at each other, Bling and Super Team.
Well, it's going to be good. Make sure you are staying locked in. The Tokai Super Team account is what it's called now. Will be reactivated, and we'll give you lots to follow along. So make sure you're locked in. No, I think with that, we are all wrapped up for the day. It's been another slice. We got through the month of January. Thank heavens for that. It's over and behind us, and we are in beautiful, short February, which means I go to Hawaii. Everybody have yourselves an awesome evening. For my man Grabco on the ones and twos. For Noah Brinkworth, I'm Stefan Rapazzo. Thanks for joining us. We'll catch you all next time.
Follow at Stef Pazzo Ultimate.
Thanks, brother.